They are a lot. Hey, you don't need to apply, you know? Like, you can't be struggling. No, say you have the grades them and you're not applying. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Sashika, and for today's video I'm going to be doing a follow-up on a video that I made a few months ago. This video that I'm referring to is how I manifested a scholarship that paid for my university degree. Like, it paid for all 3 years and I applied for it through the University of the West Indies. A lot of persons were asking me specifically about the scholarship that I applied for. Some were asking me where I applied, how can they apply, if the process is still the same as when I did it 3 years ago. So I decided that why not make a follow-up and just explaining the whole scholarship itself process and not just telling my story. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to guide you throughout the entire process. Alright, so if you see me looking down, I'm looking at my computer because I'm sharing information from what I have on the screen as well as what I know. So what I want you guys to do is to Google UWI scholarships. Once you Google that, the first thing that should pop up on your page is Scholarship and Bursary Office of Students. So that's the Office of Student Financing at the University of the West Indies. It should take you directly to their scholarship and bursary link. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and share a pop-up on my screen so you can see what I'm looking at. So that will help you guys to see what's on the website so that when you're ready to go and check it out, you know exactly what to expect and which site to go on. All right. So once we click on the link, there you're going to see some guidelines on what to do. I'm just going to give you a brief overview of the most important ones. You can read all of them when you get the chance. So basically, the first thing that is there is the time for the application period. Because you want to ensure that when you're applying, you apply before the deadline. Application period is from April 1st, 2021 to June 30, 2021. This usually occurs every year. So every year, the deadline is literally this same time period. So for example, next year the deadline should be in the same time period, April 1st to June 30, and it's like that every year, as I said before. So the next thing that you want to know is to know whether or not you meet the requirements. So you need to have a 3.0 GPA or a B average or anything that is stated by the awards. Some awards specifically tell you that they want a GPA of 2.5 or a GPA of 3.3, you know, but generally speaking, to apply for the UWI bursary scholarship, you need to have a 3.0 GPA or above or a average of B. Now, the next and most important thing is you need to be a full-time student of the University of the West Indies, unless otherwise stipulated. Some scholarship will tell you that this scholarship is only for part-time students. So now that we have the most important ones, what we need to do now is to complete the application form and drop it off to the Office of Student Financing, UWI. That was the steps that I took in my years. I download the application form, printed it, fill it out, and I drop it off at the Office of Student Financing. Now, they want you to place the form in the drop-off box at SAS or bursary, the customer service area. And if you're in Montego Bay, you can drop it off at the Western Jamaica campus. So that's it for the overview. Let's get straight into looking at the application form. So alright guys, so this is what the scholarship form look like. I'm not going to go through this with you. You can go through it in your own time. It's just asking you for your personal information, your grades, the list of the names of the scholarships that you're applying for, your budget information, how much money you have to go to school, how much you need, all of that. Just some basic information, trying to find out about you and your financial need. They're not asking you for anything extra or anything crazy. So that's the form right there. It's 9 pages, but it's some simple things they're asking you for. Here are the list of scholarship. What they do is they section the scholarships by faculty. So they have the Faculty of Humanities and Education, they have the Faculty of Law, the Faculty of Medical Science, the Faculty of Science and Technology, the Faculty of Social Sciences, and the Faculty of Engineering. So based on your faculty, you're going to click on the faculty and go through the list of scholarships that are offered to you based on the faculty that you are in. And people, may I tell you, there's a lot of scholarships. You need to apply if you meet the criteria. And they're not asking for anything other than having the 3 points or GPA and the little extracurriculum activity. Apart from the scholarships that are from the University of the West Indies, Office of Student Financing, you have additional awards that are not administered by the Office of Student Financing. And just to name a few, you have the Edicom Scholarship, you have the NCB Foundation, you have the Grace Kennedy Foundation, you have a lot of other scholarships. You have some that are for schools only, so like Wilmerians, I see a Wilmer's Alumni Association Toronto Scholarship Program. That's a long thing. And yeah, they have a lot over here that are not necessarily from the university. So to talk about the scholarship that I applied for specifically, I was going into the Faculty of Social Sciences. So let's go there. Once you click the drop down button, you will see the list of scholarship offered by the Faculty of Social Sciences, and they are in alphabetical order. There are a lot. Hey, you don't need to apply, you know? Like, you can't be struggling, no say of the grades them and you're not applying. Sometimes these scholarships are sitting at the Office of Student Financing, not going to anyone because no one is applying. You might just apply and you're the only person who apply, and you just get it with ease, no question, no nothing. So people, the money they're there waiting for you. If you meet the criteria, you need to apply. So let me just go through the one that I applied for because I know all about that one. Mine was the Jamaica Government Exhibition Scholarship. Wow. Alright, so the Jamaica Government Exhibition Scholarship, the scholarship that I got, they offer 15 of these awards each year to 15 students from the University of the West Indies. Now, for this scholarship, they pay for your tuition and they give you a book grant. My book grant was $15,000, but it may increase. And the maximum tenureship is for your entire program. So if you're going to UWI, the Faculty of Social Sciences, for 3 years, if you get the scholarship, you can pay for all 3 years using this scholarship. To be eligible for this scholarship, you need to be entering level 1. So you're going in level 1 or level 2 of an undergraduate program. So you need to be either going into year 1 or year 2 in any faculty. Wow, I didn't know that. So this one is for any faculty. The one that I got is for any faculty. So you don't have to be just social sciences to get this one. And you must be no older than 25 years old when you are starting the academic year. So the criteria for this is, I must scroll down, give me a minute. So students who are just leaving high school and are entering level 1 of the program, they need to have high academic performance in at least 3 subjects in CAPE Unit 1 and CAPE Unit 2. And it has to be either in communication studies and Caribbean studies. Now, when we say a high academic performance, usually they're talking about a grade 1 or a grade 2, probably a grade 3. So in this case, they did not specify to say you need to have a grade 1 or a grade 2 or a grade 3. They just said high academic performance, so apply. When I did it 3 years ago, they specifically stated that you need to have a grade 1. But now they're just narrowing it down to high academic performance. So I think you are in an even greater you are at a greater chance of receiving the scholarship, especially if you apply, and a lot of people don't apply. Alright, so that was for the students who are just leaving high school. For those who are already in the University of the West Indies and are currently in year 1 going into their year 2, you need to have a grade point average of 3.0. So you see, majority 3.0 come back again. And you need to also have, so this goes for both students entering and both students who are already in, you need to have a verifiable financial need. The verifiable financial need will show based on the application form, because on the application form there's a part that is basically like a balance sheet. You tell them where you have money coming from. So for example, your father or your mother, or what did I try to say? So for example, if your parents are going to give you a $50,000, you work during the summer and you save $50,000, and you just put where you get the money coming from.
And there's another side that asks you how much your expenses are.
And then at the bottom they say what is the what do I call that? We can't really say, I know this name. What is the shortfall? So when you subtract the amount of money that you have or expect to get from the cost of your tuition, you will know how much money you need. So that little balance sheet will basically tell whether or not you are in financial need. And you need to be involved in extracurricular activity and or community service activity. And they say you should possess strong leadership qualities. This is a scholarship that I get. So I can tell you from my experience, about these criteria. For the criteria, I did meet the criteria for the grades. The very financial needs, I think I did meet that as well. But let's put the amount of money that I think I'm going to have. And yeah, for the extracurricular activity, I just put the clubs that I did in high school, like I was doing math club, choir, all of that. For the part that says possess strong leadership qualities, I don't know what they use to determine whether or not you possess strong leadership quality. At my time of applying, I was a prefect at Women's High School for Girls, so I put that as my leadership quality. What else? I was in the executive body for a few clubs, so I put that on mine. And yeah, and that's it. So now the method of selection, how they select who gets the scholarship. The shortlisted candidates are called to an interview. The panel comprises of people from the Ministry of Education, Principal Association, as well as people from the University of the West Indies. So that's basically it. Oh yes, the conditions. Someone was asking me about the conditions to apply, if I don't have to pay back the money after I finish school and all of that. No, you don't pay back the money. It was given to you. However, some of these scholarships, especially the government scholarship, will have a bond for you to serve. So this specific one is a government scholarship. So they ask you to serve 2 years they ask you to serve in Jamaica for a minimum period of 2 years immediately after graduation. The bonding period will be determined by the Ministry of Finance and subject to the amount of money expended. So basically what they're saying is after you graduate from the University of the West Indies, you'll be required to work in Jamaica for a few years. Specifically, mine was 2 or 3 years. I don't even know. Because I don't plan on migrating or anything right now, so the bond doesn't affect me. So that's basically it. There's nothing hard, nothing crazy. You just need to read through the list of scholarships. It's a lot of them, and just write down the ones that you qualify for. And when you're filling out the form, you put down the names of all of those scholarships that you qualify for and that you are applying for. You fill out one application form for all the scholarships. So if you see 20 scholarships that you want to apply for, it's just the one form that you fill out and put down the name of the 20 scholarships that you're applying for. It's that simple. Yes. So I think that wraps up today's video. This was a lot of talking, and I hope it was helpful to someone. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in another video. Nice. All this talking made me exhausted. Plus the heat. I'm gonna drink one more of them,